In Lesson 4.1, Ratios and Rates, you will be expressing ratios in simplest form and determining unit rates. A ratio is a comparison of two numbers or quantities by division. If an orange paint contains 2 drops of yellow paint and 4 drops of red paint, the ratio comparing yellow paint to red paint can be written in the following 3 ways. You can use the word 2 to 4. Notice the 2 is first and then the 4 because we're comparing yellow to red. Or you can use the colon, or you can use the fraction bar. In our first couple examples, we'll be writing ratios in simplest form. 3 nonfiction books out of 12 books. So 3 nonfiction books out of 12 books. They're both a label of books, so I don't need to worry about the label. But I can simplify it by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the ratio is 1/4 or 1 to 4. The next example is a little bit tricky. It says 20 minutes of exercise to 1 hour of studying. When writing ratios that compare quantities with the same kinds of units, convert so they have the same unit. So here we're talking two times, but one's in minutes and one's in hours. So we're going to rewrite it so they're both in the same unit. So I'm going to start out by writing down what we have. We have 20 minutes of exercise to 1 hour of studying. I'm going to convert this 1 hour to minutes so they're both in the same unit. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So we have 20 minutes over 60 minutes. The minutes will cancel each other out since they're the same. And then we can divide both the numerator and denominator by 20. 20 divided by 20 is 1, and 60 divided by 20 is 3. So the ratio is 1/3 or 1 to 3. You may want to pause the video and try the next couple on your own. 16 pepperoni pizzas out of 24 pizzas. They're both pizzas, so I'm going to just write 16 out of 24. And then both of these can be divided by 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2, and 24 divided by 8 is 3. So the ratio is 2/3 or 2 out of 3 pizzas. The last example, 8 ounces of butter to 1 pound of flour. 8 ounces of butter to 1 pound of flour. Since we have two different units, we're going to change them both to be ounces. There are 16 ounces in a pound, so I can rewrite this as 18 ounces over 16 ounces. Then my ounces will cancel out, and I have 8 over 16. Both of those can be divided by 8. So I end up with 1 over 2. So the ratio is 1/2 or 1 to 2. A rate is a ratio that compares two quantities with different types of units, such as $5 for 2 pounds or 130 miles in 2 hours. When a rate is simplified so its denominator is 1, it's called a unit rate. In example 3, it says Lloyd worked one Saturday for 6 hours and earned $40. What was Lloyd's average rate of pay in dollars per hour? Since we want dollars per hour, we're going to put the $40 on top and the 6 hours on the bottom. Now, if we want a unit rate, we want this 6 hours, we want that to be 1 hour. We're going to get that to be 1 by dividing both the numerator and denominator by 6. 40 divided by 6 is about $6.67 when we round it. So $6.67 per hour. $6.67 per hour. That's the unit rate, or how much per hour. You may want to pause the video and try the next two on your own. 24 tickets for 8 rides. So we will be trying to figure out how many tickets for one ride. To figure out for one ride, we'd want to divide both the numerator and denominator by 8. Because then we'll get one ride down here and 3 tickets on the top. So 3 tickets per ride. 4 inches of rain in 5 hours. 4 inches in 5 hours. The unit rate would be how many inches in 1 hour. So we're going to try and get 1 hour on the bottom. And we're going to do that by dividing by 5. 4 divided by 5 is 8/10. So 8/10 inches in 1 hour, or per hour. Good application of unit rates is when you're shopping. Oftentimes, products come in different sizes for different prices. And if you figure out what the unit rate is, or the cost per ounce, or the cost per pound, or the cost per can, whatever it may be, when you break it down to the cost for one, that will allow you to tell which is the better deal. You want the one that's cheaper for one. So it says a 17-ounce box of cereal for $4.89, or a 21-ounce box for $5.69. We want to put the money on the top because we want to compare the price for 1 ounce. So we'll start with $4.89 for 17 ounces, or $5.69 for 21 ounces. So we're going to want to take our first one and divide by 17 to find out how much it is for 1 ounce. And I'm going to grab a calculator here. $4.89 divided by 17. It's 0.2876 and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and make that to the nearest cent. That's about, actually, I'm going to write down the first couple numbers. 0.2876. There's some more numbers after that, but I wanted to write down enough so in case they're really close, I can compare them. That's for 1 ounce. I'm going to just draw a line here so these two things don't get run together. Now, the $5.69 for 21 ounces, I'm going to divide by 21 to find out how much it is for 1 ounce. $5.69 divided by 21. We can tell that this one is almost 29 cents per ounce, and this one's just a little more than 27 cents per ounce. So this one is going to be the better buy. It's cheaper per ounce. So the 21-ounce box is going to be the better buy. You may want to pause the video and try the last one on your own. 6 cans of green beans for $1 or 10 cans for $1.95. Remember, you want to compare the cost for one. So let's do $1 for 6 cans, or it's going to be $1.95 for 10 cans. To figure out the unit rate, we're going to take the first one and divide it by 6. $1 divided by 6 will tell you how much per can. So $1 divided by 6. I'm going to just go ahead and round this to the nearest cent. It's going to be about 17 cents per can. Now the other option is $1.95 for 10 cans. So I'm going to divide both the numerator and denominator by 10 to figure out how much for 1 can. $1.95 divided by 10. When we're dividing by 10, you just move the decimal 1 to the left. So it's about 19.5 cents, which is about 20 cents when rounded to the nearest cent. About 20 cents per can. So the better buy is getting 6 cans of green beans for $1. This one right here is going to be the better buy because the price per can is cheaper.